Going off of the plan that me and Adam created, I began trying to put stuff into Unity, and I am no coder, and nor will I ever be, and code is something that I just genuinely cannot get in my head, but then I'm not very good with numbers and maths and stuff anyway, so the first thing that I did was try to get James' help. We decided to focus on something really simple at first, just to see how easy it would be to actually get stuff done. One thing I was actually really worried about was trying to get things to move isometrically whilst in a 2D Unity build, and I was really scared that I would actually have to build things in 3D, even though my comfort zone is 2D. So I took it to James, and he said that actually it's really simple, and that I shouldn't be worrying as much as I am, which is my speciality. So we just began by putting in some really simple things into Unity. I just took one of the road assets that I'd created recently, as well as a little square just to have as the player, and we began making some code. So the first thing that we did was create some tags. This would help us determine what was what and make it easier to code. So we marked road as walkable, that way the player can obviously, in the movement script, say that they can walk on some things and they can't walk on the other. Got camera as camera, got player as player, and then we have a waypoint so that the player knows in what diagonal region to walk in. So if I press play here and show you an example of how this will play through. So when it loads, where you click on the road is where the player will walk to. It doesn't run the smoothest at the moment, and the layers are a bit messed up, but for now it just shows that it will actually work. So you can click anywhere, and as you can see, you can't click outside of the walkable feature, and as soon as you click somewhere else, the player will change direction. But no matter where you click outside of the assets marked as walkable, the player will not move there, which would be really good, which means that the player can't then walk over the top of shops and other assets. So this has given me a bit more hope that I won't have to build it into 3D, and that I can actually do this whole entire thing in 2D, so I don't have to worry about that as much anymore. If I can get the scripts open, I will try my best to explain what it actually means and what is going on. So we created two scripts, one to go over the actual walking and one to go over the walkable tag. So the walkable tag simply says that if the player has his mouse over a walkable asset and clicks, then the player will move on it. However, if it's not marked as walkable, then the player will not move on it. It just simply works off of mouse clicks. The walking one is pretty similar. So it just says how fast the player will move, if it can walk on the surface or not using the walkable tag and code. It also has the code for the waypoint, which helps the player to move in the correct angle, and then it's just the basic features that you'd have for a walking script based on mouse down actions. Gives me more hope, and I don't think that this will be as hard, and at least now I have something in Unity and I can now work towards getting my actual street built.